Welcome. In this explainer, we are going to break down a science-backed strategy for tackling one of the biggest factors in healthy aging. We're going to build a complete blueprint for not just a longer life, but a more active and independent one.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. When you think about your health, you probably think about the number on the scale, right? Or maybe your blood pressure. But what if I told you there's one simple measurement that's a much better predictor of a long, healthy life? It reveals a critical, hidden health risk that those other numbers can miss. And that number is your waist circumference. Now, why is that? Well, it's because it's the best simple indicator we have for something called visceral fat. This isn't the fat you can pinch on the outside. Oh no, this is the dangerous stuff, the metabolically active fat that's packed deep inside, surrounding your vital organs. And getting that number down, well, that's our main goal here.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to really understand this hidden risk. Then, we'll build a safety-first foundation. This is absolutely key. After that, we'll dive into a diet designed specifically for metabolic health, followed by a movement plan that's all about independence. And finally, we'll connect the crucial dots between stress, sleep, and fat.
First up, the hidden health risk. And let's be clear, this is not about how you look in the mirror. This is about what's happening on the inside and why dealing with it is so critical for a long, vibrant life. Now, before you even think about changing a single thing you eat or a single exercise you do, we have to talk about safety. This isn't just a friendly suggestion. This is the non-negotiable first step. It's what makes sure this whole journey is both effective and, most importantly, safe. So what does this safety protocol actually look like? Well, it's a simple 3-step process. Step 1, get a full clinical assessment from your doctor. We're talking essential screenings for your heart, for cancer, and for bone density. Step 2, start tracking that waist circumference. And step 3, if you live in a hot climate, you need a specific plan for staying safe. And this is where the rubber meets the road. We have clear, actionable targets. For Asian populations, the high-risk line is drawn at 90 centimeters for men and 80 for women. Having a specific number like this is so powerful. It turns a vague goal like get healthier into a concrete, measurable target. And speaking of climate, for anyone in a place like Singapore, this is an absolute rule. The danger of heat stress, especially for seniors, is no joke. You have to avoid being active outside during those peak heat hours, roughly 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And hydration becomes your best friend. Make it a top priority all day long.
Okay, let's switch gears and talk about diet. How can we eat in a way that specifically targets that visceral fat? The goal here is really strategic. We want to fuel your body and protect your precious muscle, all while starving that dangerous fat. The whole plan really starts with a defined calorie range. For most seniors looking to get this done, aiming for somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 calories a day is the sweet spot. It creates a nice, effective energy deficit, but it's moderate enough to be safe and, you guessed it, sustainable. That's the key. Next up is your secret weapon, fiber. Seriously, aiming for at least 30 to 34 grams a day is a game changer. Why? Because fiber keeps you feeling full, which stops you from overeating, and it's fantastic for stabilizing your blood sugar, which is absolutely critical for managing how your body stores fat. Now listen closely, because this is probably one of the most important concepts for any senior to understand. As you lose fat, you must protect your muscle. To do that, you actually need a higher protein intake, about 1.2 to 1.6 grams for every kilogram of your body weight. Your muscle is your metabolic engine. It's tied directly to your strength, your balance. You just can't afford to lose it if you want to stay independent. So to make this all super practical, here are some really simple swaps you can make at a local hawker center. Instead of oily dishes like roti prata, go for a clear broth-based soup. Choose chapati. And for your drinks, always ask for them xiao dai, which is just a simple way of saying less sugar. Trust me, these little choices add up in a huge way. Okay, we've got our safety foundation and our diet plan. Now let's build on that with a movement protocol that's designed for something even more important than just fat loss. This is about preserving your functional independence for years and years to come. So what does a week of movement look like? Here are your targets. The first goal is to get at least 150 minutes of moderate activity. Think a nice brisk walk every single week. And on top of that, you want to dedicate at least 2 days a week specifically to exercises that build strength and improve your balance. A strong core is everything. It's your foundation for balance. It's what helps prevent falls.
But you have to pick the right exercises. Things like the bird dog, the Pallof press, which is an amazing anti-rotation exercise you can do with a band, and modified planks, they're fantastic because they build stability safely without putting a ton of strain on your spine. Remember how we said we have to protect muscle? Well, this is how you do it. Resistance training is simply non-negotiable. And you know what? Resistance bands are an incredible tool, especially for seniors. They're effective, you can use them anywhere, and they're so much easier on your joints than heavy weights. All right, we've come to the final piece of the puzzle. And honestly, this is the one that trips so many people up. You can have the perfect diet and the perfect exercise plan, but if you ignore this, you are going to struggle. We're talking about the powerful hormonal connection between your stress, your sleep, and your belly fat. And here it is, the big aha moment. When you're constantly stressed, your body is flooded with a hormone called cortisol. And what does cortisol do? It basically sends a signal to your body telling it to take any extra energy and store it directly as visceral fat right around your middle. It can literally cause the exact problem we're trying so hard to solve. And you can see just how critical sleep is right here. Getting less than 6 hours a night just throws your whole cortisol rhythm into chaos and signals more fat storage. But when you aim for that sweet spot of 7 to 9 hours, it helps regulate those hormones and actually supports your body's ability to burn fat. The difference is just night and day. But here's the good news. You can absolutely take control of this. You don't have to be a victim of stress. Simple daily practices like mindfulness or meditation, deep breathing exercises, and cutting back on stimulants like caffeine and sugar can actively lower your cortisol and help your body finally let go of that stubborn fat. So when you put all these pieces together, it's not just a list of random tips. It's a complete integrated system. It's a formula. You start with clinical safety, you add in precision nutrition and purposeful movement, and you top it all off by building metabolic resilience through managing stress and sleep. This is your blueprint for a longer, healthier life. A plan is only as good as the action you take with it. And I know looking at this whole blueprint can feel like a lot, but you don't have to do everything all at once. So I'll leave you with this one question. What is the one small, totally manageable step you can commit to starting today?